Broadcasting live from the campus of Santa Ana College, we have Don softball for the final game this season here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. The Dons get set for the series finale against the Rustlers of Golden West College. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. It's the final game of the season for the Dons as we get ready to say goodbye to the sophomores this year, but also look ahead at what's to come for the talented freshmen on the roster. Santa Ana College is led by sixth-year head coach Marissa Ross. She is joined by assistant coaches Alyssa Iglesias and Alexis Carmona. The visiting Rustlers find themselves in 5th place in the Orange Empire Conference and are poised to reach the postseason after missing it last year in 2025. Golden West College is led by head coach John German. He is joined by assistant coach Akemi Fleming. Golden West took the first two games of the series, while Santa Ana looks to pick up a victory in their final regular season game. When we come back, starting lineups and first pitch here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Back from commercial break, my name is Noah Alvarez as we get set for the final Don softball game of the regular season as they take on the Golden West Rustlers. The Dons are 5-15 in Orange Empire Conference, while the Rustlers are 12-8 on the year. They're in 5th place, and according to the RPI standings in the 3C2A Southern California region, they're ranked 18th, so they're poised to make the postseason this year after missing it last season. Let's go ahead and get to these starting lineups for both teams. Starting with the visiting Rustlers, in the leadoff spot, it's second baseman Elisa Hopelman. Batting second and playing catcher is Isabella Santiago. Angelique Perez bats third as the designated player. Isabella Gallegos bats in the cleanup spot, followed by shortstop Maya Santiago. Sienna Rodriguez bats sixth. Kylie Burnett follows her in the 7th spot, while Ariana Hernandez and Vivian Espinoza round out the order for head coach John German. He's the head coach here at Golden West College, assisted by Akemi Fleming. For the Dons defensively, they'll look like this. In the outfield from left to right, Victoria Flores gets her first start in the outfield. In center, Valerie Villa. Hen Urena gets the start in right. Kalani Gonzalez gets the start at third, while Gracie Barrios at short, Delaney Watkins at second, and Eliza Mendiola at first base. Ihilani Berard in the circle for the Dons, as she has been for much of the season. And Nayeli De Jesus behind the dish, calling balls and strikes. Just about ready for first pitch here on this lovely Thursday afternoon in the city of Santa Ana. Temperatures at 76 degrees and the wind is blowing in from center field. You don't typically see that weather or that wind pattern here. First pitch from Berard misses downstairs. For Ihilani, it's her 29th start of the season. She's pitched in all but 3 games this year as a member of the Santa Ana Dons. Puts one on the inner half. It's an even count, 1-1. In 29 starts, she has a 3.91 ERA, 186 innings pitched. She has 18 complete games to go along with 1 shutout. First chance for Kalani Gonzalez at third. Throw to first in time. And that's how we get things started in the top of the first. So Eliza Hopelman is retired. Turn things over to Isabella Santiago. The catcher hits from the left side. And fun fact, Golden West College has 3 different Isabellas on their roster. First pitch strike from Ihilani. Isabella Santiago gets the start behind the dish. Isabella Gallegos gets the start at first base. And they have an Isabella Villegas, who's available off the bench. First 2 pitches of the at-bat are strikes. 0-2 count to Santiago. She's a sophomore from Vallejo, one of 2 sisters from Vallejo and American Canyon High School. That's up in Northern California. 0-2, check swing. She lays off. But Isabella and her sister Maya are both from Vallejo. There's a lot of players from outside the area. If you look at where Huntington Beach is, or Golden West College is in Huntington Beach. 1-2 count from Berard. Off the plate, 2-2. But Golden West College is in Huntington Beach, and they have 1 player from Huntington Beach, another player from Westminster, another player from Garden Grove, so another neighboring city. Player from Anaheim, not a neighboring city, but those are the only 4 players from, you could say, in Orange County in general. Foul ball keeps the count at 2-2. They do have a player in Audrey Reyes from Tustin. But outside of that, you start getting further and further away from Huntington Beach. So John German does a nice job of recruiting outside of his area. 2-2 off speed. First strikeout of the day. Ihilani pulls the string and gets Santiago down looking. Angelique Perez, designated player, will also get the start in the circle for Golden West College. They're in their green jerseys, black pants. The Dons are in their red uniforms, red pants. First pitch, Ihilani spins it in for strike 1. Talented freshman from Santiago High School. First time through the lineup, top of the first, 2 outs. Perez is a sophomore from Vacaville, another player from Northern California. Now, if you're from Northern California, some people consider Vacaville the Bay Area. Others do not. It's up for debate. I'm not here to say it is or isn't, but it's up for discussion. 0-2 pitch from Berard on the ground. For Watkins at second. Records the out, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the first inning for the Santa Ana defense and Ihilani Berard in the circle. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning, and before we do, let's get you the starting lineups for your Santa Ana Dons in their final home regular season game of the 2026 season. It's their final game, period. In the starting lineup, in the leadoff spot, it's Ihilani Berard, followed by Delaney Watkins. Nayeli De Jesus gets the start in the 3 spot. Nevea Gomez bats cleanup. Batting 5th is third baseman Kalani Gonzalez. Gracie Barrios bats 6th, followed by Hen Urena in the 7th spot. Eliza Mendiola bats 8th, and Valerie Villa bats 9th, rounding out the order for 6th-year head coach Marissa Ross. Victoria Flores got the start in left field, but she's the flex, so she doesn't bat for herself. But pretty cool to see all 5 sophomores in the starting lineup for the Santa Ana Dons here on this sophomore day, the final regular season game of 2026. We say goodbye to the sophomores like Kalani Gonzalez, Gracie Barrios, Henurena, Valerie Villa, and Victoria Flores. All 5 have made their impact on this program, not only on the field and in the box scores, but as well as off the field as well. We'll get to the defense for Golden West College. In the circle, it's Angelique Perez. Behind home plate, Isabella Santiago. In the infield, Vivian Espinoza at third, Maya Santiago at short, Ailisa Hopelman at second, Isabella Gallegos at first, Sienna Rodriguez in left field, Callie Burnett in center, and Ariana Hernandez in right field. That's the starting lineups for the Golden West Rustlers. Perez starts low in her windup. First pitch of the ball game, smoked up the middle. A chance for Callie Burnett. Line drive out to center field for the first out of the inning. That's how we get things started here in the bottom of the first. Golden West 21-15 overall, 12-8 in conference play. Santa Ana 9-29, 5-15 in Orange Empire conference play. They won't reach double-digit wins in conference play. Watkins slaps the first pitch, left field, and Rodriguez right there for the second out. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Angelique Perez. Watkins is retired. The Dons won't match last season's win total of 14-26, but they did finish with more conference wins. They're 5-15 this year. Only 3 wins in conference play last year, and there's a few statistics that tell you this Dons team did better in many different areas than last year's team. First pitch upstairs to Nayeli De Jesus, another freshman in the lineup. Third best hitter as far as batting average goes, .313 batting average on the season. The 1-0 from Perez. De Jesus skies one out of play in the bleachers behind us. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you look at the team batting average this year, as a team they're hitting .263, last year .239. And don't forget, 7 of the 9 hitters last season were sophomores, so they went on to graduate. They're missing 7 of the 9 bats in last year's lineup, but they're hitting a lot better with a lot more freshmen in the lineup this season. Nearly 30 points higher in the batting average. Players like Nayeli De Jesus is a big reason why. Players like Nevaeh Gomez, who follows her, Ihlani Berard, who we saw line drive for the first out of the inning. That trio of freshmen, very special, along with Watkins and a handful of other players. Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. De Jesus in the driver's seat. Nevaeh Gomez is on deck, 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the first inning. Gomez rips one into deep left field. That's back and off the top of the fence. An extra base hit for De Jesus and the Santa Ana Dons. Missed a home run by just a couple of feet. On the season, it's the 52nd double for Santa Ana College. Last year, they only had 25, so another offensive category that the Dons have to look at when it comes to improvement from last year to this year. Runner on second for Nevaeh Gomez. Tied for the team lead with 12 doubles. First pitch below the knees. Perez starts her off with a ball 1. Gomez and Ihlani entered today's game with 12 doubles. Nayeli, who's at second, picks up her 9th double of the season. 1-0, catches the outer corner. It's a 1-1 count to Gomez, freshman from La Quinta High School. Second in batting average, 361 on the season, and she's only a few ticks down from her teammate Ihilani, who's at 364. So depending on how this game goes, you could see Nevaeh jump Ihilani for best batting average on the team. 1-2 count as she comes up empty on the hack. Gomez has spent much of the time at designated player in the lineup. She has played in the outfield a couple different times. Perez's 1-2 pitch off the plate. Count even. Some of the Golden West fans wanted that strike called. Two balls, two strikes. De Jesus is still at second base. 2 outs. The pitch to Gomez. Oh, and that's ball 3. Santiago and Perez both thought that was strike 3. They started heading towards their dugout. Kalani Gonzalez awaits on deck. Full count. Big at bat early for the Dons and the Rustlers. Payoff pitch from Perez off the plate. Gomez works herself a walk. What a sequence there. Gomez took 2 unbelievably tough pitches just off the plate. Puts runners on first and second for Kalani Gonzalez. It'd be great to see the sophomores come through big for the Dons offense on sophomore day. Gonzalez hits .215 on the season. Takes outside, ball 1. Home plate umpire today is Juan Jimenez. Over at first base is Bill Helpler. That's the umpire crew today. Perez gets the sign from her catcher. Gonzalez gets jammed. Tough play for the shortstop. She goes underhand with the glove to third. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Nice job by Santiago to know exactly what she wanted to do with that ball. To her right, flips it to Espinoza for the 3rd out of the inning. We're scoreless through 1. To the top of the 2nd inning we go. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball. More action after this.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Top of the 2nd inning, 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for Golden West College. This is game 3 of the series and the final regular season game for both these teams. Golden West College will continue their season in the postseason next weekend. For the Dons, their season comes to an end after today's ball game. Ihilani and the Berard in the circle. Starts off against Isabella Gallegos. First pitch downstairs for ball 1. The Rustlers took the first game of the series by a score of 9-1. That was on Monday. Game 2 was on Tuesday. Rustlers won that game 5-1. It's a 1-1 count to Isabella Gallegos. Ball, hard hit to Eliza Mignola. Kicks off her glove right to Watkins at second, and she flips it to first in time. Nice job by the Dons defense to stay with it. That'll be a 3-4-3 out for 1 out. That was a screamer off the bat of Gallegos. She's retired for the first out of the inning. Maya Santiago, the shortstop, who made a nice play defensively to end the bottom of the first. Gets her first at-bat of the afternoon, and it's ball one. And both Maya and Isabella, natives to Vallejo, up in the Bay Area. If you're a fan of hip-hop music, the rapper E40, also native to Vallejo. It's a 2-0 count. Maya Santiago steps in, hitting .369 on the season. In the team lead with 38 hits on the year, has the most hits and the most at-bats. Slow dribbler for Barrios at short. Came off her glove in a weird way, but she stays with it. Second out of the inning. Didn't get very far, but as it hit off the tip of her glove, it spun away from her. She was already down there, grabbed it with her bare hand, threw it over to first. 2 up, 2 down, 5 straight to retired by Ihilani Berard to start the ball game. She gets her second start of the series. Kalani Gonzalez, her teammate, started Game 1 and only pitched an inning against the Rustlers in the first game of the series. Berard faces Sienna Rodriguez, a first pitch strike to the left fielder. Rodriguez, a .300 hitter, 15 hits and 50 at-bats. Berard just misses the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike count to the left fielder. Ihilani pulls the string. It's ball 2. She leaves it up. Golden West, a pretty good hitting team. They're hitting .327 on the season. Jam shot. Shallow center field. Watkins back, but Villa's there and catches it for the third out of the inning. 6 up, 6 down for Ihilani to start this ball game. We head to the bottom of the second. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. More action after a quick break.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College, where it leads.
Just about ready for the bottom of the second inning. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Final regular season game for both these teams. The Dons hope to pick up their 10th regular season victory, their 6th in conference play, while Golden West College looks to get a little bit more experience, clean up some things before they begin postseason play the following weekend. There's 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Santa Ana College. Gracie Barrios, Hen Urena, and Eliza Mendiola. 3 batters due up. Barrios, sophomore, 1 of 5 honored before today's game. Comes up empty on the first pitch. Very important player for the Dons over her 2-year career. She made 33 starts last year as a freshman. She makes her 39th today as a sophomore. She started every single game her sophomore season. Can't connect on the second pitch, and she's down to the count 0-2. Batting average is at .250, but on the month, or in the month of April, she's hitting .286 compared to just .114 in the month of March. So much better batting average here in the month of April. Fouls one off and stays alive. Sophomore from Beckman High School. Has 7 doubles on the year, 7 RBIs. Leads the team with 9 hit by pitches. Started every game last year at second base, and this year was asked to start at short halfway through the season. Since the Dons made that defensive change, it looked a lot cleaner defensively. So she stepped up in a huge way for the Dons defense and the Dons coaching staff. Marissa Ross, Alicia Iglesias, and Alexis Carmona have to be very pleased. 1-2 count to Barrios. Perez's pitch. Another foul ball into the net. Again, Angelique Perez, the starting pitcher. Perez looks at the wristband, gets the sign. A 1-2 pitch. Barrios fights off another. Third foul ball of the at-bat. She's not an easy out at the plate. Very resilient, as many of these Dons hitters are. Last year, her batting average was at .225. She made the jump to .250 this season. 25 points better. Hits another one in the air. It drifts out of play. 4 foul balls. It's a 1-2 count. 7th pitch of the at-bat. 8th coming up. Wind continues to blow in from left center field here in the city of Santa Ana. Barrios foul tips the off speed. Strong patience as she was able to keep her weight back. Perez went with the changeup there. Drastic change in speed coming out the hand. Henurena awaits on deck. Don's got 2 runners on the first inning, but we're unable to push across their first run. Another 1-2. Perez sets down Barrios for the first down of the inning. Barrios goes down looking. Fouled off a few tough pitches, but that time thought that was going to be outside the zone. Henurena steps in with 1 out. Another sophomore that was honored today. She takes strike 1 of the at-bat. Urena from Santa Ana High School, just down the street. Pretty close to downtown Santa Ana and 4th Street. Off Flower. Next pitch hits Urena on the front foot. She looks unfazed as she makes her way to first base. The Dons have their first base runner of the bottom of the second inning.
First baseman, number 6, Eliza Mendiola.
First time all year that Urena has been hit by a pitch. Hard to believe she's appeared in 33 games for the Dons this season. Chance for the first baseman, Eliza Mendiola. Dons do like to use some small ball, but no bunt sign on there. Mendiola gets a hack. She comes up empty, down the count 0-1. Mendiola, a freshman from Valencia High School, hits .178 on this season. Puts down the sacrifice bunt, third base side, and it rolls foul. Espinoza showed the patience at third base. She came in to charge. That ball started fair. She recognized the spin, let it spin out of play. It's no 2 count. Don't think that Mendiola will have the bunt sign on again. She's another player that started all 39 games for the Dons, just like Barrios. Down and away, ball 1. It's a trio of Mendiola at first, Nayeli De Jesus behind the plate, and Gracie Barrios at short or second, who have started all 38 games for the Dons. Mendiola takes strike 3. First baseman set down, second out of the inning, and Urena has to stay at first base. But not an easy thing to do, especially over the course of the season. There's a lot of little injuries that linger and add up, but Those three have been very reliable, very durable to play the whole season. Valerie Villa steps in. Urena still at first. Pulls back the bunt attempt, and that's a first pitch strike. Villa makes her 35th start of the year, a .210 hitter. She played in 27 games last year as a freshman. Didn't start a lot of those ball games. Takes a hack and fouls it off to the right side. Another two-strike count for Angelique Perez. Villa, the fourth sophomore in the starting lineup. Sophomore from Los Amigos High School. Decent speed out of the batter's box. Next pitch from Perez in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the center fielder. Villa started out the year playing a lot of shortstop. She struggled defensively. They moved her around the outfield. Has played some center, has played some left field. Gets a start in center field today. Up the middle, right back to Perez. She gloves it and flips it to first. Third out of the inning. So the Dons do get 1 base runner, but can't cash in their first run. Through 2 full innings, we're still scoreless here at Santa Ana College. Thanks for tuning in to Dons Softball. Back with the action after this.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. With classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Top of the 3rd inning, and Golden West College will send up their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Ihilani Berard has been smooth sailing in the circle. She'll face Callie Barnett. Start things off, and she bloops one into shallow left field. First chance for Flores, and it kicks off her glove. First error of the ball game for the Dons. Flores got a good read on it. Ball from the right-handed hitter does curl towards the foul line, and it did there. Flores, maybe unused to that. She's listed as a catcher, and she gets her first start of the season in left field. Leadoff base runner on second for Golden West College. We'll see what they can do with it. Ariana Hernandez steps in. Puts down a bunt attempt in front of the catcher. It's Ihilani who scoops it up. No play anywhere. A perfectly placed bunt by Hernandez, and there's runners at the corners. Nobody out. So a bunt single for Hernandez. First hit of the ball game for the Rustlers. It's their 9-hitter Vivian Espinoza, and back to the top of the order. So an important hitter for Ihilani to get here. Driven on the first pitch to right center. Urena cuts it off, but the first run of the game scores for Golden West College. They lead 1-0. Hernandez makes her way to third base. An RBI single for Vivian Espinoza. Golden West College has seen plenty of Ihilani Berard in the circle. It's been a tough thing that Ihilani's had to battle for much of the season. She is the main and best pitching opportunity, or best pitching option for the Dons this season, so she usually is tasked with pitching all 3 games in a conference series. As we mentioned in the first inning, or in the first ball game of the series. Kalani Gonzalez did start, but only lasted 1 inning before 2 runs came across her, and then the Dons threw in Ihilani Berard, but she was tattooed. 4-6 runs in the first ball game, gave up 5 runs, 4 of which were earned in Game 2 of the series. Gives up her first run here today in Game 3. It's an unearned run, but runners at the corners. Back to the top of the order. All 3 pitchers, or all 3 batters, swung on the first pitch. So maybe a change in approach by the bottom of the order for Golden West College. Hopelman tries to put down a bunt attempt. Unsuccessful. Strike 1. Gonzalez creeps in a bit at third base. Mendiola even with the bag at first. Hernandez at third. Espinoza at first. Nobody out. Ihilani's windup. Hopelman bunts up. Over to first base in time, and it's a double play. Ihilani got off the mound quickly. She did not catch that one, so it was a grounder off the dirt. They do get Hopelman out at first. One out, 2 runners in scoring position for Golden West College, so it's not a double play. Ihilani played it on a bounce. Still cat-like reflexes by the pitcher. She's been a strong defender this year in the circle as well. Hernandez at third, Espinoza at second. 0-1 count to Isabella Santiago. Left-handed hitting catcher takes ball 1. She struck out looking in her first at-bat, the only strikeout for Ihilani thus far. Ihilani's 29th start of the year. Ball 2. Leads the team with a 3.91 ERA, and as a team, the Dons' ERA a lot better than last year. 4.94 team ERA compared to a 5.42 team ERA last year. Those are some of the numbers that the coaching staff will have to look at and see the improvements, even though they won't match last season's win total of 14. Improvement in a lot of different categories, both offensively and defensively. Right now, Ihilani has a 3-1 count to Isabella Santiago. Slapped right to Vadios. She hauls it in. Second out. Santiago retired. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. A chance for Angelique Perez.
Number 27, Angelique Perez.
The pitcher hits for herself in the designated player spot. Big spot for the Rustlers as they look to tack on more runs to their lead. Ball hit on the ground to the third base dugout. Alexis Carmona makes a nice play. One of the assistant coaches here at Santa Ana College. Perez grounded out to the second baseman Watkins in her first at-bat. Second time through the lineup. Ihi's next pitch off the plate. Perez hits .318 on the year. Does have 10 RBIs. 27th start in the hitting category. Another shallow line drive to Barrios. Plays it on one hop. Throw over to first in time. 2 nice plays made by Barrios. The other made by Ihilani Berard in the circle. And that prevents the Rustlers from really opening things up here in the top of the third. Instead, it's just a 1-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the third. Top of the order due up for Santa Ana College. Ihilani will start things off when we come back. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball. Final regular season home game for the Dons this year. My name is Noah Alvarez. Glad you can join us on this Thursday afternoon. Angelique Perez in the circle for Golden West College. She gets her 22nd start of the year, a 4.29 ERA, 13 wins, 8 losses. She leads the team with 122 innings pitched this season. Batters are hitting .282 against her. Bottom of the third. She's only given up 3 base runners, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. First pitch to Ihilani Berard, spins it outside. Berard leads the team offensively, hitting .364 on the year, and she leads the team in pretty much every offensive category there is to offer. Comes up empty on the next pitch. It's a 1-1 count. Leads the team in slugging percentage, on base percentage, runs scored, RBIs, doubles, triples, home runs, walks, as well as sacrifice, flies, and stolen bases. Next pitch is down and in. She started all but 2 games this year. She missed a couple games against Bakersfield College back in February. She dealt with a minor injury that kept her out of the lineup. The 2-1 count. Rips it into left field and deep. Rodriguez there, perfect spot, and it's allowed out number 1. Great contact by Ihilani, but she comes up just short of the wall in left field. Told you earlier too, the wind is blowing in from center field and left center. Has shifted those 2 directions, so that certainly impacted Ihilani's ball. Delaney Watkins steps in, second at bat of the day. Takes strike 1 in her half. Watkins, a freshman from Brea, a .253 hitter on the season. Another pretty durable player. She started 33 games this season. Missed a handful a couple weeks ago as she dealt with an injury. Smokes one into right field and deep. It backs up Hernandez. It's over her head. Watkins takes the turn, and she's up at third. Her second triple of the season. Watkins put a charge into that one. It's so interesting because we see so many defenses when Watkins comes up to the plate scoot in. The outfield and the infield all scoot in typically when Watkins is at the plate. And that time she made the defense pay for it. Put it over Hernandez's head for a 1-out triple. A runner 60 feet away for Santa Ana College. Bunt attempt by Nelly De Jesus is unsuccessful. Fouls it off to the net. De Jesus has come up plenty of times. Second on the team with 21 RBIs. Second only to her teammate from high school, Ihilani. Infield creeps in all around. Next pitch high and wide. Santiago pops out of the glove, but she gets it back quickly. Espinoza at third, about 4 steps in front of third base. Maya Santiago is probably the deepest infielder. She's at even with second base. While Hopelman at second and Gallegos both a few steps up on the right side of the infield. 1-1 count. Perez's next pitch, well outside. 2 easy takes back-to-back for De Jesus. Fun story between De Jesus and Ihilani. Ihilani wasn't planning on playing college softball at the next level, but De Jesus came out for Santa Ana College and urged her former high school teammate at Santiago to come out and play for the Dons. And that's the story on how Ihilani wound up a Santa Ana Don. Gotta thank the catcher, Naili De Jesus. 2 balls and 2 strikes. She comes up empty on the next pitch. Time is called by 6th-year head coach Marissa Ross. A fly ball into the outfield. Could score the first run of the game for the Dons. Watkins has great speed, one of the fastest players on the roster. After the quick chat with Ross, De Jesus back to the plate. The 2-2 from Perez. Jesus comes up empty. A huge strikeout for Angelique Perez and the Golden West Rustlers.
Number 26.
She went to her best pitch, the changeup, that has caught some of these hitters off balance. She sets down to Jesus for the second out. Now it's up to Nevaeh Gomez. She drew a walk in her last at-bat. First pitch off the plate. On the season, Gomez has 11 walks, 14 RBIs on the year, 12 doubles, tied for second best. Second best batting average with .361. Losing pitchers for the Rustlers. If first base is open and you're in a dangerous spot like this with a runner in scoring position, you can elect to walk Gomez and face the following hitter. Kalani Gonzalez awaits on deck. Perez fires one on the corner. 2-1 count. And opposing teams have liked that matchup with Gonzalez or whoever follows Gomez a lot better. Gonzalez hits .215 on the year compared to Gomez's .361. Long pause from Perez. The 2-1. Another one out of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. We'll see if Perez gives her anything good to hit here or if they elect to face Kalani Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. Perez is 3-1. Gomez golfs it into center field and it gets down. One hops to Callie Burnett and Watkins scores the first run of the ball game. RBI single for Nevaeh Gomez ties things up here in the bottom of the third. That was a pitch below the knees. Gomez had to go down and get it. You could tell the Golden West approach was not to give her anything good to hit here, but it didn't matter. Gomez went down and got one, sent it into center field. Pinch runner for Gomez.
Pinch running for the Dons, number 4, Victoria Flores.
And so Victoria Flores, who is the flex, comes in to pinch run for Nevaeh Gomez. Bottom of the third inning. More speed on the base pass. She's the 5th sophomore on the roster. Native to Avondale, Arizona. First pitch downstairs to Kalani Gonzalez. Sophomore heavy part of the lineup too. Gonzalez, a sophomore, followed by Barrios and Urena, both sophomores. And then Flores at first. Here on sophomore day, Gonzalez pulls one foul. Jumped on a pitch up in the zone. The rise ball from Perez. Perez, native to Vacaville. 22nd start of the year. And quite a few Bay Area players and just players from Northern California on this roster. They have another player from Rockland. 1-1 is outside. Santiago doesn't throw it down to first. Flores does not have any stolen base attempts. 2-1 count. Gonzalez steps back in. She grounded out to the shortstop in her last at-bat. Off speed is upstairs. And Gonzalez is in the driver's seat. Time is called as the catcher Isabella Santiago goes to talk to her pitcher, Angelique Perez. Quick conversation, already back towards home plate. Golden West College hopes for their 13th conference victory of the year, hoping for a conference sweep to end the year. They're on a 3-game win streak. They're in 5th place, and they have a chance to move tied for 4th, depending on the result between Orange Coast College and Cypress College. Next pitch from Perez, ball 4. Runners on first and second, and the inning continues for the Dons.
Now batting shortstop, number 25, Gracie Barrios.
During the next break in the action, too, we'll have some scores from around the OEC. Gracie Vadio steps in. Big spot for the sophomore. She's come through more than a handful of times. Can't forget their game against Orange Coast College when both her and Gonzalez delivered key doubles in a 4-3 upset victory. First pitch from Perez, a strike to Vadios. Struck out looking in her first at-bat. Flores at second. Gonzalez at first. Vadios pulls back a bunt attempt. Count is even at 1-1. One count to the shortstop. Vadios gets jammed. Foul ball into the net. Count moves to 1-2 strikes. One-two count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Angelique Perez, another wind-up pitch. And Vadios fouls this one off out of play. Vadios with 7 RBIs on the season. Scored 14 runs. The 1-2, below the knees, and the count is even. It's been a small zone for home plate umpire Juan Jimenez. Perez and Santiago both thought it was strike 3 again and started walking towards the dugout. That happened earlier in the first inning as well. Bottom of the third, we're tied up at 1. Next pitch. And wow, Juan Jimenez rings up Gracie Vadios. So a makeup call on the very next pitch, but that one wasn't even close to the zone. Ross makes her way to have a few words with Juan Jimenez, but instead that's going to be out number 3. Through 3 full innings, we're tied up at 1. Top of the 4th when we come back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
This is it.
Have a good first day.
You too, Mom.
Everyone's journey looks a little different at Santa Ana College, whether you're just starting out or starting a new chapter. With flexible classes, valuable student services, and a range of degrees and certificate programs, students of all kinds can find inspiration and empowerment at Santa Ana College. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Let's get you some scores from around the Orange Empire Conference. Big series going on this week between Cypress and Orange Coast College. Game 3 of the series is at Cypress, but they're scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. The only other game we have a score from is between Santiago and Saddleback College. That game is at Saddleback, and we're tied up at 3 in the top of the 3rd inning. So Golden West and Santa Ana are tied. Santiago and Saddleback are tied. OCC and Cypress scoreless. And the other game has yet to kick off. Fullerton hosting Riverside City for Game 3 of that series. First pitch is scheduled at 3 p.m. 2:56 now, so probably have a score on the next update. First pitch from Ihilani Berard is in for strike 1. Isabella Gallegos to start things off for Golden West College. Next pitch is north of the letters. Gallegos hits .284 on the year. One of 5 players to have a home run. 6 as a team for Golden West College. This guy's one out of play to the parking lot on the right side. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Isabella Gallegos, Maya Santiago, and Sienna Rodriguez, barring any substitutions. Golden West has 2 hits thus far. The run that they have is an unearned run. High and wide. Extra velocity there from Ihilani. We'll reset the defenses for you as well in the 4th inning. Nayeli De Jesus behind the dish. Eliza Mendiola at first. Delaney Watkins at second. Gracie Barrios at short. And at third, Kalani Gonzalez. Count is full. In the outfield from left to right, Victoria Flores, Valerie Villa, and Hen Urena. Gallegos takes strike 3, rung up. First out of the inning. Second strikeout of the day for Ihilani Berard. Always a smooth operator when she's in the circle. Controls the zone, uses the hard stuff and the off speed. Can work both east and west. Up and down the strike zone as well. Very talented freshman pitcher. First pitch to Maya Santiago, the shortstop. In for strike 1. There is that off speed. It's a 6-pitch arsenal for Ihilani. Fastball, rise ball, changeup, curveball, as well as a drop ball. And the screwball. I think I lost track, but screwball is the 6th. 1-1 count to Maya Santiago. And she bats 5th. Her sister Isabella bats 2nd. Both from Vallejo, California. Into the air, blooper, shallow right field, and it's a second baseman Watkins who hauls it in for the second out.
Left fielder, number 19, Sienna Rodriguez.
Watkins is naturally an outfielder, so gotta feel pretty routine whenever she gets a chance at one of those. 2 up, 2 down for Ihilani. She started out the ball game retiring 6 straight. It was the bottom third of the order that gave her trouble. First pitch to Sienna Rodriguez, in for strike 1. Beautifully placed on the outer corner. Rodriguez flew out to center field in her first at-bat. Freshman from Lakewood, went to Kennedy High School in the city of La Palma. Another player out of the Huntington Beach and surrounding cities area. Rodriguez down on the count 0-2. She hits an even 300 on the season, her 21st start of the year. Ihilani's next pitch pulls the string and leaves it outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Rodriguez is one of 4 players to pitch for Golden West College. It's been a heavy dose of Angelique Perez and Erica Rivera, but then Sienna Rodriguez has made 3 appearances in the circle as well. Rodriguez fouls off the next pitch into the Golden West bullpen. Count remains 1-2. Strikeout and a pop-up so far in the top of the 4th inning. Ihilani's 1-2 just off the plate. Count even to the left fielder. Callie Burnett, the batter on deck. Next pitch, down and in. Backs off Rodriguez. We'll see if Berard attacks the outer part of the plate. Gonzalez gives a quick word to her pitcher. Full count, 2 outs. The pitch from Ihilani. Golfed into left center field over the glove of Barrios. Villa cuts it off and limits Rodriguez to just a single. But first base runner for Golden West College
Center fielder,
of the inning.
Burnett.
And it ends a streak of 5 straight retired by Ihilani. This is where she ran into trouble in the last time through the lineup, but it wasn't her fault. Ball hit into left field, an error by the left fielder Flores. Allowed her to get to second, and that's how the first run of the ball game scored. First pitch down and in. De Jesus throws down to second. Not in time. Some of the Dons fans want a batter interference. Burnett pulled back her bunt attempt and was in the way. Now Ross and Alyssa Iglesias are going to have their conversation with Juan Jimenez. Doesn't look like the home plate umpire will overturn his call. So as it stands, it's a stolen base for Rodriguez. 1-0 count to Callie Burnett. Puts it on the ground for Gonzalez. Towards the line, long throw, not in time. Not a fastball on her throw. And Burnett able to beat it out. Tough break for the Dons, and just like that, there's runners at the corners. 2 outs. Still 1 out away from getting out of this jam. And now 60-year head coach Marissa Ross calls time. Call it an infield single for Callie Burnett. Good speed out of the batter's box. Wind picks up here as it blows in from left center field. Meeting at the circle. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Gotta imagine players like Ihilani Berard will find themselves on the first or second team all-conference list. It'd be a shame if the team's overall record hurt her chances from being named OEC Player of the Year. She definitely has a strong case. When you look at her statistics just in conference play, Ihilani is 9th when it comes to hitting. 9th in hits in the conference, 4th in extra base hits. Pitching-wise, she's 3rd in games started, and she's 1st in innings pitched. She has the 2nd best ERA compared to other pitchers who've pitched more than 40 innings in conference play. So you can definitely make the argument. She's been the heartbeat of this team. Ihilani in a big spot. First pitch to Ariana Hernandez, a slow dribbler right back to the pitcher to first for the 3rd and final out. So the pitcher, Ihilani, comes through again for the Dons. And the score is tied 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Hanurena set to start things off in the bottom of the 4th when we come back. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, bottom of the 4th inning. We're tied at 1 here at Santa Ana College. Our final regular season game of the year. Golden West College, their final regular season game too, but they'll be in the postseason. They missed the playoffs last year, but are back in the postseason. Angelique Perez has been a workhorse for the Rustlers this season. Her 22nd start. First pitch to Hanurena of the inning, off the plate. She's at 63 pitches in the outing. And Angelique Perez pitched a complete game in the 2nd game of the series. Only gave up 1 run, the solo shot to Nevaeh Gomez in the top of the 4th inning. Another ball well hit into deep left field towards the line. Rodriguez has time and makes the first out of the inning. Hanurena put a charge into that one, but just a bit underneath it. Eliza Mendiola steps in, struck out looking in her first at-bat. 4 strikeouts thus far for Angelique Perez, 2 walks. Has allowed 3 hits. Slap shot, foul, third base side. Mendiola with a different approach than we've seen before. Takes ball one down and away. On the season, Mendiola hitting 178 on the year, 3 doubles. Does lead the team with 28 strikeouts. That has been an issue. Their first year of collegiate play. Count moves to 1-2 after the foul ball. Gotta imagine, though, with an entire offseason of work at this level, she'll get better, more disciplined in the batter's box. 1-2 pitch. Mendiola takes one in the dirt. Just as we saw the likes of Gracie Varios, Henurena, Val Villa, and many other sophomores improve from their freshman to sophomore year. See that same jump for players like Eliza Mendiola and many others. 2-2. Mendiola comes up empty. A strikeout. 5th of the afternoon for Angelique Perez.
Center fielder, number 24.
She's been dealing, keeping these Dons hitters off balance. More importantly, she's kept Ihilani off the bases. She did that as well in game 2. Ihilani finished 0 for 4. She's 0 for 2 thus far. She's on deck. Valvia takes ball one of the at-bat. Villa hit a comebacker to the pitcher, Perez. Foul ball into the net. And the count is even at 1-1. Villa from Los Amigos High School, over in the city of Fountain Valley. Sophomore day here at Santa Ana College. One of 5 sophomores to be honored and walk out with their family and loved ones. She fouls off the next pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Villa didn't even bat 100 last season. 079 and 38 at-bats. Batting average jumped from that to 210 this season. 1-2, rocket right to Hopelman at second, and a line drive ends the bottom of the 3rd inning. Thanks for tuning in to Don Softball. Your score through 4, Golden West 1, Santa Ana 1. When we come back, 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Rustlers.
People always ask us, what's a Don? And our response is easy. To us, a Don is someone who embraces the grind. A Don is a person that brings passion. Someone who takes advantage of all their opportunities. A leader, a dreamer, a winner. The question we have for you is, are you ready to be a Don?
Top of the 5th inning here at Santa Ana College. We're tied up at 1 between Santa Ana and Golden West. Final regular season game for both these teams. Ihilani Berard back in the circle, and she'll face the 9-1-2 hitters in the Rustlers lineup. Vivian Espinoza, Elisa Hopelman, and Isabella Santiago. The 3 batters due up, barring any substitutions. First pitch from Ihilani. Off speed, just misses the letters. Good pitch, but it's ball 1. Again, when it comes to pitching, just in conference play, not the entire season, Ihilani's pitched the most innings, and she has the 2nd best ERA out of any pitcher who's pitched more than 40 innings. Ground ball chance for Barrios. Routine for the shortstop. And the sophomore records the first out of the inning. Espinoza is retired, back to the top of the order. Third time through the lineup. We'll see how the Rustlers adjust in their approach and how Ihilani adjusts in the circle. Hopelman's 0 for 2, but she dropped down a sacrifice bunt in her last plate appearance, so it won't go against her. Hopelman hits .433 on the season. She's only started 11 ball games. 5'7" infielder from the Netherlands. There's a few international players on this roster for head coach John German. Count is even at 1-1. Hopelman's from the Netherlands. Then you have Callie Burnett, who's from British Columbia. You have Jackson Marshall, who's not in the starting lineup, but she's from Alberta, Canada. So 3 players from out of the country. Hopelman chases one out of the zone. Ihilani has her looking foolish, and she's down in the count 1-2. One-two pitch spins outside. One out, nobody on base. Hopelman did finish with 2 hits in game 2 of the series. Leans out of the way, and it's a full count. And Ihilani pitched 4 innings in the first game of the series. She pitched 6 innings in game 2. Through 4 1/3 thus far. Golden West has seen her plenty this series. The payoff pitch on the ground, foul, third base side. I think that's why Ihilani Berard has a strong chance to maybe not be player of the year, but to be pitcher of the year in the Orange Empire Conference. She's been tasked with pitching all 3 games for the Dons this season. Has been exceptional. Full count again. Hopelman fouls off back-to-back pitches. Ihilani's pitch count at 65. Isabella Santiago, the catcher, on deck. Another hard hit ground ball past Gonzalez and past third base. It's foul. Count remains full. Ailisa is second on the team with 5 stolen bases on the year. She's appeared in 18 games, but has only started 11. Good speed out of the batter's box. Another payoff pitch. Hopelman golfs it into left field. Flores races in and makes the grab. Second out of the inning. Two outs, nobody on base for the catcher, Isabella Santiago. She's 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in her first at-bat, and the line drive to Barrios at short in her last at-bat. Only 4 hits as a team. That 1 run, an unearned run as well. Santiago hits .378 on the season. Started to go around, holds up her swing, and the count even. Catcher takes outside, ball 2. Both Isabella and Maya Santiago, 2 more consistent hitters in the lineup, both first and second in team hits this year. High chopper to Ihilani, throw in time to first. Isabella Santiago is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. A 1-2-3, top of the 5th. We're still tied at 1. Let's see if the Dons can get some offense going in the home half of the 5th after a quick commercial break.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. We do have some score updates from around the OEC. Santiago Canyon leads Saddleback 5-3 in the bottom of the 4th. With the win in Game 2 of that series on Tuesday, Saddleback at least will have a share of the OEC conference title, their first time in 38 seasons. Congratulations to the Saddleback Bobcats, and depending on who wins the
Now batting number 10,
Riverside City Fullerton game, they'll either be tied for first or Saddleback will have first place outright in the OEC standings. We do have a score from Cypress, 1-1 game in the bottom of the 4th, while Riverside City and Fullerton are scoreless in the bottom of the 1st inning. Those are the score updates. Angelique Perez still in the circle. Back to work. First pitch to Ihilani, and she swings and sends it into the 5-6 hole. First hit against Angelique Perez, the first in 2 games. First time she's on base since Game 1 of this Golden West Series. That's what you want if you're the Dons. Get your best hitter aboard. Good part of the order. Delaney Watkins came up with a triple and scored the first run of the ball game. The infield comes in, but that right fielder, Ariana Hernandez, stays back a few steps after the last ball went over her head. First pitch above the letters. Again, for Watkins, it's her second double of the season. A .253 hitter. Good speed out of the batter's box, too. She has been asked to put down 3 sacrifice bunts this year. Puts down another in front of Perez. Perez, clean throw in time. Nice job by Hopelman to cover. Ihilani advances to second.
catcher number 10, Nayeli De Jesus.
Sacrifice bunt. Successful by Delaney Watkins. I'll bring up the catcher, Nayeli De Jesus. Both her and Ihilani from Santiago High School. First pitch of the at-bat, outside. Strike 1. De Jesus was a strikeout victim in her last at-bat. It's a big spot with Watkins at third and only 1 out. The next batter, Nevaeh Gomez, was able to cash in on Watkins. Next pitch from Perez, spins out. Long throw from Santiago down to second. No tag as Ihilani back in standing. De Jesus is 1 for 2 on the day, a double back in the first inning. Low and away for ball 2. Perez looks at the wristband. Long pause from the pitcher. Check swing from De Jesus. That's ball 3. Strong discipline by the young catcher. Nevaeh Gomez, another dangerous hitter in the lineup on deck. Isabella Santiago now asks for the peel down to Bill Helpler. He says no swing. Perez puts one on the outer corner. Great pitch, down in the count. She runs it full. Can this stretch of hitters, so dangerous for the Dons all season long? Ihilani Berard in the leadoff spot. Nayeli De Jesus in the 3 spot, and then Nevaeh Gomez in the cleanup spot. Can they cash in on a run here in the bottom of the 5th? They give them their first lead of the ball game. Perez gets a long sign from her dugout. Now the pitch. DeJesus fouls it off, and the count remains full. DeJesus hits .313 on the season. 4th best batting average, just a tick behind Ariane Ponce, who's at .314. She's not in the starting lineup today. Full count. Perez's next pitch. DeJesus fouls off another towards the parking lot. Battle brewing between Nayeli DeJesus and Angelique Perez. Ihilani at second. 1 out after the sacrifice bunt by Delaney Watkins. The full count pitch, way outside. DeJesus works herself a walk, 14th of the season. And there's runners on first and second for Nevaeh Gomez. She played hero in the 3rd inning, pushing across the first run and tying things up at 1. We'll see what the approach is here for Perez and the Golden West Rustlers. Gomez walked in her first at-bat. Off the plate, ball 1. Can't catch the outer corner. That's 2 ball, no strike count to Gomez, the designated player. Freshman from La Quince High School. DeJesus at first base. Ihilani at second. Gomez takes a healthy hack, fouls it off to the right side. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Final regular season game for the Santa Ana Dons. Gomez hopes to give the Dons something to celebrate on their final regular season game. High chopper, foul, left side. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kalani Gonzalez awaits on deck. Perez gets the sign. The 2-2 pitch puts one outside, and the count is full. Perez goes full count, 2 back-to-back hitters. She walked to DeJesus. 3rd walk of the day. Don't want to load the bases here. There's 1 out. The next pitch from Perez. Gomez skies it into the air. Shallow right field. Hopelman there back from her second base position, and that's a huge second out for the Golden West Rustlers. So Gomez retired on an easy pop-up. Neither runner can advance. Ihilani Berard still at second. Nayeli DeJesus at first. And in steps Kalani Gonzalez. Tied up at 1, bottom of the 5th inning. Who will be the first to break this tie? First pitch to Gonzalez right at the letters, and she takes strike 1. Perez at 90 pitches in the outing. She pitched a complete game in game 2 of the series. Squirts out of the glove, and Berard heads for 3rd. Throw down to second, And now DeJesus has herself in a pickle. Ihilani's going to break for home. Throw not in time. The Dons lead 2-1. A huge roar from the Santa Ana faithful. A strategic play by Berard to advance to third on the wild pitch. But then an even more strategic play by Niley DeJesus, who didn't get a great read initially, then to go from first to second, get herself in a pickle. And that forced all the defense to focus in on her. Meantime, Berard went from third to home. The throw to Santiago not in time. The Dons have their first lead of the ballgame. 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Gonzalez has a 1-1 count. High and wide. Ball 2 of the at-bat. A feisty group here at Santa Ana College. They won't go down without a fight. Final regular season game of the 2026 season. Gonzalez golfs one into center. Burnett races in, and it gets all the way past her. All the way to the fence. DeJesus scores the third run of the ball game. Gonzalez heads for third. Throw not in time. Such a cool moment for Gonzalez, the sophomore, to cash in on another run here on sophomore day. She's at third base with a big smile on her face. John German calls time, and Angelique Perez is done for the day. Or at least done for the time being. Remember, softball pitchers can re-enter and enter. Now we'll see the other pitcher for Golden West College that has pitched predominantly this season, Erica Rivera, to enter the game. And we'll tell you a little bit more about Erica Rivera after a quick break. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel, Erica Rivera comes in to pitch for Golden West College. Pinch and pitch sound very similar. It's a 3-1 ball game here in the home half of the fifth. Gonzalez at third base. Gracie Barrios due up at the plate. She's hoping to turn her fortunes around. 0-2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. The first pitch from Rivera off the plate. Rivera makes her 30th appearance. Both her and Perez have played in 30 ball games for Golden West College this season. She's pitched 97 innings, has a 4.78 ERA. Barrios takes ball 2. Through 97 innings, she does have 3 complete games, 1 shutout, and leads the team with 2 saves. Batters are hitting .334 against her. 48 strikeouts to 37 walks for Erica Rivera. That's the line on the new pitcher. It's a 2-1 count to Gracie Barrios. Rivera is a freshman from Westminster. So another local kid to Huntington Beach in that area around Golden West College. Inside, ball 3. 3-1 count, and Hanu Urena is on deck. There's 2 outs in the inning. Don's dugout very lively at this point. 2 runs here in the home half of the 5th. That's ball 4. Barrios takes her base. First walk issued by Rivera. comes into the ball game and immediately walks the first batter she faces. Kalani Gonzalez at third, Gracie Barrios at first, and Urena at the dish. All sophomores here on sophomore day. Urena is 0 for 1 today. She was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. Flew out to left field, made good contact, but underneath the ball. Down and away, that's ball one. Rivera shakes her head. It's been a tighter zone from home plate umpire Juan Jimenez today. The Dons are in search of their 10th victory of the season. Inner half. Rivera bounces back with strike one of the at-bat. Due up in the top of the sixth will be the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Golden West College. Downstairs for ball two. Urena has a favorable hitter's count. Only hits 188 on the season, does have 2 doubles. Did come through in that series against Riverside City. Chops one foul off the catcher, Santiago. It's now an even count. Next pitch from Rivera bounces to the catcher, Santiago, and the count is full. With 2 outs, we'll see if Barrios takes off for second on the pitch. Big spot for Urena and the Dons. Full count, Rivera delivers and Urena slaps it foul. She'll get another chance. She's a better hitter at home than she is on the road. 229 batting average here at Santa Ana College, 160 on the road. Does have both her doubles here at home. Would be a great time for another one on this sophomore day. Final regular season game of the year. Rivera windup, pitch, high chopper, and it's no one's ball. It gets into left field, and the 4th run of the game comes in to score for the Santa Ana Dons. Just a weird play by Maya Santiago, the shortstop. Vivian Espinoza at third went for it. Didn't get to it, and it looked like Santiago just assumed that Espinoza, her teammate, was going to get it because she stopped running. She stopped running completely. That allowed the ball to get into left field. Gonzalez scores. Barrios moves to second. Urena at first with an RBI single. And the first pitch to Eliza Mendiola. Down and away for ball one. 4-1 lead for the Dons. Next pitch, grazes the edge. Count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup for the Dons, and Mendiola the only left-handed thrower as Delaney Watkins throws from the right side. 1-1, Mendiola, chopper, right back to the pitcher, Rivera. Tough throw, but she makes it in time. But the Dons get 3 runs in the home half of the 5th inning, and they take a 4-1 lead here on sophomore day. To the top of the 6th we go. Golden West College down to their final 6 outs, and we'll see how they respond after a quick break.
Starting your college journey is a big step. It requires discipline and dedication while you balance your work, life, and education. At Santa Ana College, you can choose a pathway that fits into your schedule and leads you toward your personal and educational goals. Earn an associate degree, university transfer, career training, or even a bachelor's degree in occupational studies. with classes available both in person and online. Gain the professionalism and confidence you need to further yourself and your career, and become a bigger part of your community. Wraparound services are available to fit your needs and provide all the necessary tools to achieve academic, personal, and career success. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is
It's a 2-1 count to Angelique Perez. She's a designated player, and even though she's done in the circle, she still hits for herself in the lineup. Top of the 6th inning. Dons lead 4-1 here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. Berard's next pitch just off the plate. She wanted that one. It's a 3-1 count. The only run that came across against Ihilani was an unearned run. 3-1 pitch to Angelique Perez. Line drive to Barrios. Golden West down to their final 5 outs here at Santa Ana College in Game 3 of the series. Hard hit line drive. Perez retired. And steps Isabella Gallegos. The first baseman's 0 for 2 on the day. Hard hit ground ball in her first at bat, then struck out looking in her last. Just above the letters for ball 1. That's how we start things in this at bat. Again, Ihilani Berard, smooth sailing thus far, 78 pitches. Foul tips it into the glove. Naili De Jesus hangs on, and that's strike 1 of the at bat. You love the feistiness that the Dons play with. They might be down in ball game, but they're never out of it. Especially here with a lot more energy on sophomore day, wanting to send their sophomores and end their career with the victory. Count moves to 1-2. We'll see how the wrestlers respond. Team that's poised to make the postseason. Ball into the air, left center field. Villa to her right, hauls it in on the run. Great catch by the sophomore. Another sophomore coming up big for the Dons here on sophomore day. You love to see it. And there's one more out in the inning to get for Santa Ana College. Top of the 6th. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. It's the final game of the regular season in 2026. Maya Santiago at the dish. First pitch from Ihilani. Downstairs, ball 1. Santiago, 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to short in her first at-bat and then popped up to second in her last. A lot of these hitters hitless in the ball game. Only 4 as a team for Golden West. Santa Ana has 6. Count even at 1-1. In fact, it's been the 6 through 9 hitters that have done the most damage against Ihilani Berard. They have all the hits. Ihilani up in the count 1-2 on another hitter. Again, the combined 1 through 5 hitters are combined hitless. Mine 0 for 14. Berard hopes to make it 0 for 15. It's a 2-2 count. Sienna Rodriguez on deck. Nobody on base. The 2-2. Into the air. Shallow right center. Villa corrals it. Third out of the inning. And so the sophomore in center field, a staple of the defense for much of the season, comes in and makes another grab. On to the bottom of the sixth. Final chance for the Dons to get some insurance runs here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel.
Life doesn't change overnight. It takes effort and dedication. It takes learning new skills and putting yourself and loved ones first. At Santa Ana College, you can complete a full-time accelerated online program in just 2 years. Choose a program that meets your needs and changes your educational dreams into a well-deserved reality. Building the life you want means taking a first step. Start your journey at Santa Ana College. Where it leads is up to you.
Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. 9-1-2 hitters due up in the bottom of the sixth inning for Santa Ana College.
Number 24, Valerie Villa.
Santa Ana leads 4-1. Erica Rivera still in the circle. She took over for Angelique Perez in the home half of the fifth. High chopper, chance at short for Maya Santiago. Clean play in time to first. One 1 count to Ihilani. One out, base is empty. Bottom of the sixth. Final 2 outs for the Dons to get some insurance runs. They have a 3-run lead against Golden West College. Another high chopper for the third baseman, Vivian Espinoza this time. Quick throw, and it's an accurate one. Ihilani's retired for the second out of the inning. It's up to Delaney Watkins to extend the inning. And a huge triple in the third inning. Put down a sacrifice bunt. Infield creeps in. Hopelman at second and Espinoza at third weigh in. At right fielder, Ariana Hernandez still back at her spot. Regular depth. It's great to see Watkins hit for a lot more power at the end of the season compared to what we saw in the beginning. A freshman from Brea takes ball 2. Ball 1. Count even at 1-1. Watkins is 1 for 2 on the day. Flew out to left field in her first at-bat. On the edge, right on the black. Rivera with a strong spot. 2-strike count to Delaney Watkins. Nayeli DeJesus awaits on deck. Down and away, the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watkins has good speed out of the batter's box. That's why the infield typically creeps in. They want to make sure they give themselves a good chance at getting her out at first on a hard hit ground ball. It's a full count after Rivera misses outside. Watkins does have 11 walks on the season, only 8 strikeouts. Ball 4. She's one of the few players that has more walks than strikeouts on the year, and she extends the inning. There's a runner on first, 2 outs for Nayeli DeJesus. Mistake by Erica Rivera as you send up 2 really strong hitters in the Dons lineup, and Nayeli DeJesus and Nevaeh Gomez to follow in the on-deck circle. We'll see what the game plan is for the Rustlers. They trail by 3. Off the plate, ball 1. DeJesus is 1 for 2 today. She's reached twice, a double in the first, a walk in the 5th. She struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Strong day for the young freshman catcher. Generous strike call there. Rivera gets one at the shins. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield back all around. Right fielder Ariana Hernandez shaded a few steps towards the right center gap. Next pitch from Rivera is in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike to the catcher. Two, 1. Outside for ball 3. In danger of losing back-to-back batters. Nevaeh Gomez, an even more dangerous hitter in the on-deck circle. DeJesus does have 13 walks on the season. 9 have come in conference play. Check that, 10, because she walked in the 5th. So 10 walks in conference play this year. Long pause from Rivera. She gets the sign from her dugout. Next pitch. DeJesus slaps it into right field, and it stays fair. Watkins gets the wave around third. Rodriguez sends in the throw, and there's no play at the plate. A 5-1 lead for the Dons in the top of the 6th. Time is called as we'll see a pinch runner come in. LJ West, one of the young freshmen, native to Hidden Valley Lake, California.
Pitch running for the Dons, number 1, LJ.
So Hidden Valley Lake, if you're unfamiliar, is in Lake County, up near Santa Rosa, California. Kind of in that Wine County area. Runner on third, 60 feet away. Already a run home. Dons lead 5-1. Nevaeh Gomez awaits the first pitch. Takes strike 1 of the at-bat. Again, a mistake by Erica Rivera in the circle. Walked Delaney Watkins. Fell behind Nayeli DeJesus, 3-1. Isn't as sharp as she was when she first entered. Misses down and in, nearly hits Gomez. Gomez hit a home run in Tuesday's contest, game 2 of the series. It's her 2nd home run of the season. High chopper just past the glove, and it sneaks into center. LJ West comes in to score, and the Dons lead 6-1. RBI single for Nevaeh Gomez. It's her second RBI of the day, her second hit. She's reached 3 different times. A great day at the plate for the freshman. Kalani Gonzalez steps in for her 4th at-bat of the day. Hit a huge RBI triple, smacks it into right field. Rodriguez lays out and hauls it in for the 3rd and final out. But 2 more runs come in to score for Santa Ana College. That'll be huge as they have a comfortable lead, 6-1, as we head to the top of the 7th. Can the Dons hang on for their 10th victory on the year, 6th in conference play? Tune in to the top of the 7th inning when we come back to find out. Back here on the Santa Ana College Athletics YouTube channel. While we have this break in the action, get you some scores from around the OEC. Cypress leads Orange Coast 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th, while Saddleback College has retaken the lead 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th over Santiago Canyon. That Cypress and Orange Coast College game so big because Orange Coast College loses and Golden West would have won today. Still has a chance, but if they win today, they'll be tied for 4th in the conference. Due up for Golden West College is their 6, 7, 8 hitters. This is the part of the order that has given Ihilani some trouble. She's been smooth throughout. Only 4 hits allowed. It's 0-1 count. Next pitch, Rodriguez bloops it into the middle of the infield. Berard back, and it's the 1st out of the inning. Golden West down until their final 2. Callie Burnett steps in. So again, the top 5 hitters in the order are combined 0 for 15, but the bottom 1/3 of the order all have 1 hit apiece. Callie Burnett 1 for 2 on the day. Also reached on an error, but she bloops the first pitch. Another chance for Ihilani, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Back-to-back pop-ups. And the Dons are 1 out away from their 10th victory on the year and sending their sophomores out with a victory to end their career. Ariana Hernandez steps in. A single in the 3rd, grounded out back to the pitcher in the 4th. First pitch takes on all the way. It's only the 4th pitch of the inning from Ihilani in the circle. Chopper, foul off the front leg, and Hernandez crouches down in some pain. Hernandez, a .306 hitter on the season. Native to Rancho Cucamonga. 1-1, a jam shot into the air. Eliza Mendiola in foul territory. Hauls it in for the 3rd and final out. Your Santa Ana Dons come out victorious, and they end the 2026 regular season with a 10-29 overall record, 6-15 in Orange Empire Conference play. They double their conference wins from last year, where they just had 3. Congratulations for Ihilani Berard, who goes another complete game, her 19th of the season. She picks up her 10th victory of the year, and that ERA will lower a bit as we head to the end of the regular season. And stay up to date with the SAC Dons website to see which of these Dons players make an all-conference team. For the last time in the 2026 season, for Cami Lewis and Salvador Leon, my name is Noah Alvarez saying thanks for tuning in to Don Softball. Your final score this Thursday afternoon, Santa Ana 6, Golden West 1. We hope to catch you guys next time and stay up to date with the SAC Dons website for more information on who makes the all-conference list.